have been very few in-game dunks that have looked like that.
Put that on him. All over Sabonis. Boom.
Woo! That's a first as an NBA player for LaMelo Ball.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Rick Knows Hoops. I'm your host, Tyreek, and I want to talk about the Rookie of the Year race. It looked like it was LaMelo's to take, but, Anthony Edwards is making a nice push for that award. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. This is just something, a little topic that I just kind of thought about. I wanted to, speak on. Because, I made the notion at the All-Star break, I was basically saying, this is LaMelo Ball's award to lose. And I still think it is his award to lose, but Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves, the number one overall pick, is making his case. Us kind of reminiscent of Trae Young and Luka Doncic, that Rookie of the Year race. Because, Anthony Edwards was good first half of the season, but, kind of similar to Trae Young, Luka in that race. He pretty much he had to lead the entire season, but Trae Young kind of made it a little interesting at the end. Still, Luka won the award. But it's kind of similar this year. I think LaMelo Ball has really been the favorite since after the first couple weeks of the season. I think LaMelo has been the favorite, and since the All-Star break, Anthony Edwards has really been balling, and he was playing well leading up to it. Over his last 10 games, Ant-Man is averaging, I think, 25 points per game. And over, the last 5, he's averaging, 30. He's been tearing it up. Talked about him having a career-high 42 against the Suns. He's had some really big games. Not just some big highlights. He's had some big highlight reel dunks, but he's also, showing really great ability to hit tough shots and, to score the ball with the best of them. Also, I've seen some, solid effort on the defensive end when I watched him play. I haven't watched too many Timberwolves games, but I've seen him really, be able to D up when he needs to. So, that's good signs for him. The thing that might hurt him in this Rookie of the Year race, even as great as he's been playing, number one, his shooting splits aren't great, which is, they're probably going to factor that in because LaMelo actually has really good splits for a rookie point guard. I think LaMelo shooting 45, 37, and 77% from the line, something like that. So those are actually really good shooting splits for a rookie. Ants, he's only shooting 38% from the field, 37 from 3. So he's not really lighting it up, from a field goal aspect. But the other reason is that LaMelo has his team in the playoffs right now, and the Timberwolves are the worst team in basketball, or maybe tied now because the Houston Rockets are so bad. But the Timberwolves aren't lining it up, and LaMelo has his team pretty much in the playoffs. He's a big reason to that, and especially since he's been put into the starting lineup, they've been playing so much better basketball as well. So I think those are really the two main factors that might continue to sway this award into LaMelo's favor. But I like that Anthony Edwards is really making it interesting, and he's really he's must see basketball. I was watching him play the Suns the other night when he dropped a career high 42, and he had a really good first half. And, his team was down and stuff, but, him and Cat really kept them afloat. And then, he turned it up to a new level in the second half. And at the same time, LaMelo was going against the Lakers and, going up against LeBron pretty much. And, he had a really good game against the Lakers, but, Lakers ultimately ended up winning that game. And it's funny because I haven't got to watch as much Hornets basketball as I wanted to this season because they're always playing at times where I'm just not able to tune in. But the last 2 nights I've been able to watch them, they got one game they got blown out, and then the game against the Lakers was kind of close, but the Lakers pulled away in that fourth quarter. But kind of disappointing because I like that what the Hornets are providing. Also, they've really just a lot of players on that team have really impressed me. I talked about Miles Bridges a lot. I love Gordon Hayward, the signing there. I think he's really been that glue guy for that team and just that veteran leadership, and still playing really good basketball too. And even though they don't have a big man Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo do just enough to be competent right now, for that team. They do just enough. They're not killing them. They're not, setting the world on fire, but they're not, being a liability for them is basically what I'm trying to say. Malik Monk's been playing really good basketball. Scary Terry's been hooping. And, LaMelo, the only player that's kind of taking a little bit of a step back is Devontae Graham, but there's so many guard minutes that are, have to be accounted for. So, Devontae, of course, he's not going to be scoring the 20 points like he was last year, or, a little under 20 points. It's not going to be the same. But, still, that team's playing really good, and LaMelo's really running that unit, like a vet. And as a rookie point guard, that's very impressive. That's why it's still his award to lose at this point in time. But I think Anthony Edwards is really making it, a little interesting case. So, it's not as, far as it was, but it's good to see two of the top picks really, shining. I think this was a draft class that was kind of like, I think a lot of people weren't expecting too much, but there's been some really good, rookies this year. Not just, those two. James Wiseman's really shown flashes, but it's, been a little inconsistent. It's hard for, rookie big men to really adjust to the league as quick as, wing players or even sometimes guards. I mean, that transition is very tough for rookies to learn. But I mean, Wiseman's showing really good flashes. And also, like, even guys like outside the lottery or, late lottery, like, Tyrese Halliburton from the Kings, he's really played good basketball when he's been able to be on the court. Sadiq Bey for the Pistons has really been well. I like the Pistons draft class as a whole. Isaiah Stewart's been really good. Saban Lee's been really good for them too. Like they did a really good job drafting this year. I must say they've done a pretty good job. And even like late first round picks like Emmanuel Quigley, Peyton Pritchard have been really good for their teams. So this draft class was something that was like, people weren't expecting too much of it. But I mean, given all the circumstances that they had, given that they didn't get drafted until November, and then they only had like a month, knowing who they were going to play with. Like, they didn't have a full training camp or, summer league. And given all that, these rookies have really, I think exceeded expectations in my opinion. And, I love what I'm seeing from a lot of guys in this rookie class. And I think, sky's the limit for some of these guys. Like, LaMelo has like all-star type potential, and I think Anthony Edwards is showing that he can be an elite, scorer in this league. And I don't care what his percentages say right now. I mean, the fact that he is, producing night in, night out, and showing, 3-level scoring ability is something that's very impressive for somebody who people had questions about if he, liked basketball or not. But I think he's showing that he really cares about the game of basketball, and he cares about, performing out there. So yeah, the rookie of the year race starting to heat up just a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, I think all the award racers are, kind of getting to that point, except for maybe like 6th man of the year. I think Jordan Clarkson has that pretty much on lock. But I mean, I've already mentioned like MVP, flip-flops every week. Defensive player of the year is another one that's pretty interesting. Most improved can really go either way too. Like, there's quite a few candidates in that aspect. But yeah, the NBA season, man, is starting to heat up. And yeah, let me know who you think should win Rookie of the Year, or who's your Rookie of the Year right now, because I feel like most people will probably say LaMelo, but maybe there's some out there that have really been impressed with Anthony Edwards. But either way, the race is getting a lot closer than what it was just 2-3 weeks ago. So shout out to Ant-Man for starting to step up even more, and shout out to LaMelo for being consistently good all year. And the Hornets might be playing some playoff basketball this season. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, man. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'm gonna be back next time with another video, y'all. Peace.